What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how some narcissists miss the old you. And I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds weird because you miss the old version of the narcissist. Just stay tuned, like, and subscribe for more. So y'all had a nice one-on-one today with a lady who said that her narcissistic ex used to treat her differently when she got drunk. I know what you're thinking. Automatically, people assume that narcissists are going to treat you badly when you get drunk, not them. But she went on the opposite end. She said that her narcissistic ex treated her really, really good, got really, really affectionate with her, and she didn't understand why. So I asked her a question. I said, how do you act when you get drunk? She's like, I'm so nice, I'm so friendly, I'm funny, I'm affectionate, I'm all of these things. And I said, that's why. Because when you get drunk, you become the person that he fell in love with, the person that he started love bombing in the beginning. You become funny, affectionate, caring towards him as well and other people. And he misses that part about you. Because y'all been together so long and he's doled your light out so much that you don't act the same around him. You're reserved. You don't speak your mind. You don't speak your truth. And you don't know when to show affection to him, because when you try to show affection to him, he pushes you away. And she said that blew her mind because it made me think about how I used to do when my wife got drunk. I love people that make me think. I'm a thinker. So, welcome back, y'all. Yeah. So that video, that's a pretty old video, a video from a couple years ago, but it just came up on my timeline on TikTok. And I was just like, wow, this was a good point. I surprised myself because I listened to that video. I was like, wow, I said that. I don't remember who I was talking to during that one-on-one because, yes, I still do my one-on-ones over Zoom, y'all. The link is in the description of every video and podcast that I do, or you can go to mentalhealness.net for more info and whatnot. But yeah, y'all, so that woman said the narcissistic person in her life, right? Like loved when she drank. He would like buy her bottles of wine without her asking. And she loved wine and stuff like that as well. But she it just got excessive. It got to the point where he was trying to get her to drink every single day. And even when she wasn't in the mood to drink, even if he was in a bad mood, he wouldn't drink, but he would try to get her to drink a little bit. Yeah, so, and I was like, how are you? I asked her, I was like, how do you act when you are drinking? She's like, she didn't say I'm a better person, but she said I'm more relaxed when I'm drinking. Not drunk, but when I drink a little bit or a glass of wine too, I'm more relaxed. I'm more open. She said, I would consider myself fun. I'm more fun in this space right here. I'm easygoing. I crack jokes. I have fun, not only with my husband, but when I'm by myself and whatnot. I was just like, yep, that's it right there. He missed the old you. He misses the old you. Narcissistic people miss the old version of you. They miss the original version that they got with. And I know, like I said before in the original, that you, as a survivor, victim, thriver, or whatever, you miss the original version of the narcissistic person, right? You miss them. You miss who they used to be. You miss who they presented themselves as, and which is understandable because once the love bombing phase ends, the real version of them comes out, and typically you don't particularly like or care for the real version, so to speak. So this happens all the time, y'all. This happens a lot in these spaces and a lot within these dynamics and whatnot. So I tell people, and this is what I tell people, I was like, look, this is how it's going to be. Like, they want the old version of you back just as much as you want the old version of them back. The wild thing about it is the original version of them will never, ever come back. The original version of you has gotten buried and hidden within yourself because you had to change to deal with this person. Because you have to adjust your lifestyle. You have to adjust the way you talk. You have to adjust the way you act. You have to adjust your family and friends. Sometimes you have to adjust your career to be with this person, to make this person happy, to keep this person calm and whatnot, so they won't harm you or get angry or yell at you or rage on you. You had to adjust so you were no longer walking on eggshells, so to speak. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have these instances when they feel like you have to adjust. You're like, I gotta adjust to be in this relationship. I have to change who I am right now to be with this person. I have to do this. I have to do that. There's so many moving pieces in these situations. yeah, you miss the old them just as much as they miss the old you. And like I said, a lot of times the easiest way for them to get the old version of you back, the less guarded version, is to put you under some kind of substance. Is to get you drunk, is to have you drinking a little bit, take a shot or two. Loosen up. If you smoke this. Do this drug right here, whatever it is, whatever the situation is or whatnot. Hey, do this right here. They want your inhibitions to lower. And sometimes, like, let me go ahead and get this out the way, because I know this came up in my comment section, and I'm sorry I missed this. But sometimes, yeah, they will use these. They will try to get you drunk to take advantage of you. They will try to get you under some of these substances, not just drinking. They will try to get you under the influence of some of these substances to try to take advantage of you. Yeah, some of them will absolutely do that. Yeah. So I should have said that earlier. I overlooked that, and I apologize when I made the original short video. But yeah, some of them will. Yeah, you get the, they like to get you drunk. They like to pump you full of it. And some people, like I said, will sneak the substance on you. They'll sneak it on you. They won't necessarily give it to you they won't necessarily be nice when they give it to you. They'll sneak it on you and things like that. So I just feel like a lot of people in these situations, you have to be very, very careful of who you're dealing with. You have to be very, very careful and whatnot, because they want the old version of the narcissist isn't coming back, y'all. I'm gonna be real with that. Be real with you. That old version is not coming back. That's typically the masking stage of who they need. The narcissistic person became who they feel like they needed to become to get you to fall for them. The narcissistic person they did what they needed to do to get you to feel a certain type of way about them. They did everything that they needed to do, right? They went that far. They did all of this stuff. So I just tell people, in a lot of these situations, this is what's going to happen. When their mask comes off and this person you see right now, that's who they're going to be. You can change who you are, y'all. You can, once you get out of this space, and once you start taking your power back, once you no longer walking on eggshells, you can take your power back, y'all. You can empower yourself. You can move forward the way you need to move forward with it, But a lot of narcissistic people cannot do that. A lot of narcissistic people do not do that. They can't. When some narcissists get under the influence of something, yeah, their inhibitions go down and they can become nice and friendly and stuff like that as well. But some narcissists, they go overboard with that and end up becoming alcoholics and drug addicts or whatever. They get addicted, because a lot of narcissists have addicted personalities, and they get addicted to substances and stuff like that. They get addicted to the escapism and whatnot. They do a lot of stuff, y'all. That's what I'm just telling you. If you're dealing with a narcissistic person, you're going to everybody in the relationship is going to change, right? But you can change back into who you originally were. You can become a better version of who you originally were. The narcissistic person, without work, time, effort, energy, therapy, they can't. So they use these drugs and these alcohol on you as a form of escapism, but they will never ever take credit for it. They will never ever take accountability for how you are now, because you're not the kind, sweet, bubbly, fun person that you used to be. They won't take accountability for how you got it, for the person you are right now. They'll tell you that they missed the original version of you, the old version of you, but they will not take credit for how you got here. They won't take credit for who you are and how you're doing right now. They won't take accountability for that. They won't apologize. They'll keep coming. They'll come in and out of your life as much as they feel like as much as they're allowed to. And that's why I tell people, once you get them out your life, you got to keep them out your life, y'all. Once you get them out, you got to keep them out. That's just it. That's it right there. Once you get them out of your life, you have to keep them out of your life, because otherwise, the life you just kind of goes to hell. You know what I mean? So the narcissistic person, like I said, you can build up. You can get back to the original version of yourself when you put the time, effort, energy, and work in on yourself. I do recommend that people, that survivors and victims of narcissists, also go to therapy as well, because you have some healing to do as well. You have a lot of healing. You might have some CPTSD. There's some trauma. This relationship has been trauma. Trauma doesn't stop when you're a child. I think a lot of people hear the word childhood trauma and that's it. And they think that's the only thing they can change you. But trauma does not stop for children. Adults experience trauma as well, y'all. You can be an adult in an abusive relationship and be traumatized. You can be in a car accident and be traumatized. You can see something happen to one of your friends or family members, and that can traumatize you. Trauma does not stop as a kid, y'all. It just doesn't. So when trauma doesn't stop as a kid, and you don't work on that type of stuff, you're just piling on trauma on top of each other. And sooner or later, y'all, human beings are not necessarily load-bearing structures. Your emotional foundation is not necessarily a load-bearing structure. So if you keep piling trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, sooner or later the foundation is going to give in, it's going to collapse, and you're going to break. That's what happens, y'all. You keep piling things on top of each other, you're going to reach your emotional load, and it's going to. What can you do about it then, y'all? What can you do about it in that circumstance? What can you do about it in that situation? You have to empower yourself. You have to be able to move forward. You have to be able to take your power and your strength back, and be strong. Because if you don't, I promise you that narcissistic person, toxic person, is just going to take advantage of you. They just are, y'all. That's one of the things. They're going to take advantage of you. They're going to treat you horribly, and then you can be mad as hell. They missed the old you, but they took the old you away. They destroyed the original version of yourself. That's why I say you can rebuild yourself. You can get back pieces of the old you, but you can add on a new, better version of things, y'all. So don't let the narcissistic person take the strength away from you. Empower yourself. Keep moving forward. Of course, like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace. Thanks so much for making it to the end of my video, y'all. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my self-love journal on Amazon. Lee Hammock, I Love Me, a self-love journal. Help you rebuild their self-love and authenticity after a toxic relationship. Thank you.